Diogo Jota, Liverpool forward dies in car accident in Spain. Diogo Jota had previously played for Wolves in the Premier League. Moving to Liverpool in 2020, he made over 180 appearances for the club, winning the Premier League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Jota was also a Portugal international. Liverpool forward Diogo Jota has died in a car accident in Spain at the age of 28. Jota's 25-year-old brother, Andre Silva, was also killed in the accident. He was a footballer with Liga Portugal 2 side Penafiel. The accident happened at 12:30 a.m. local time on Thursday, 11:30 p.m. Wednesday BST, on the A52 motorway in the municipality of Cernadilla, Zamora. It is understood Jota was traveling from Portugal to Santander in northern Spain, where he was due to take the ferry back to England. He had been advised not to fly following minor surgery. Jota was due to report back to Liverpool's training ground for pre-season with the rest of the squad next week. Sky Sports News understands there will be a wake on Friday afternoon to remember Jota. It will take place in Gondomar, near Porto in Portugal, where the funeral will then take place on Saturday at 10 a.m. Wakes typically take place before the funeral service in Portugal. The car Jota and his brother were traveling in left the road and caught fire after a suspected burst tire while overtaking, according to a statement issued to Sky Sports News by the Civil Guard in Zamora. Jota had married his long-term partner, Ruth Cardozo, less than 2 weeks ago, and had 3 children. Liverpool said in a statement, Liverpool Football Club are devastated by the tragic passing of Diogo Jota. Liverpool FC will be making no further comment at this time and request the privacy of Diogo and Andre's family, friends, teammates and club staff is respected as they try to come to terms with an unimaginable loss. We will continue to provide them with our full support. Jota scored 65 goals in 182 appearances for Liverpool after joining the club in 2020 from Wolves, where he scored 44 goals in 131 games. The forward helped Liverpool win the Premier League title last season and also lifted an FA Cup and 2 Carabao Cups with the club. He followed last season's Premier League title triumph by winning the UEFA Nations League for the second time with Portugal in June. In total, he scored 14 goals in 49 games for the national side. Jota also had spells with Pacos de Ferreira, Porto and Atletico Madrid earlier in his career. Carragher, in a state of shock, after Jota's death. Jamie Carragher described his shock at the news and paid tribute to Jota as a family man. It's one of the few times the whole football family comes together, he told Sky Sports News. I cannot believe it, it's so sad and devastating for his family, his wife and 3 wonderful children. He lived really close to us but kept himself to himself. He came across as very quiet and humble, a real family man. Seemed like a great guy and of course a great footballer. It's difficult to find the words to say. It's not really about the football in Liverpool right now, but about his family and 3 lovely kids. The summer he's just won the Premier League with Liverpool, the Nations League with Portugal and got married 2 weeks ago. It just shows us all how quickly life can change, you can't even comprehend it. It makes us all take a step back and look at how important things really are, maybe football itself. We get passionate and heated about the game, myself included, but this makes you think, why? What for? Jota's Liverpool teammate Darwin Núñez wrote on Instagram, there are no words of comfort for so much pain. I will always remember you with your smile, as a good companion on and off the field. I send all my strength to his family. From where he is I'm sure he will always be with you, especially his wife and 3 children. Tributes pour in from around football. Wolves, where Jota spent 3 years in total, posted a tribute to their former player, saying, we are heartbroken. Diogo was adored by our fans, loved by his teammates and cherished by everyone who worked with him during his time at Wolves. The memories he created will never be forgotten. Our hearts go out to the family, friends and loved ones of Diogo and his brother, Andre. You will be truly missed and always remembered. Portugal captain Cristiano Ronaldo, who played with Jota for the national team, said on social media, it doesn't make sense. Just now we were together in the national team, just now you had gotten married. To your family, your wife and your children, I send my condolences and wish them all the strength in the world. I know you will always be with them. Rest in peace, Diogo and Andre. We will all miss you. Jurgen Klopp, who signed Jota for Liverpool, said he was heartbroken to hear of his former player's passing. In an Instagram post, he said, this is a moment where I struggle. There must be a bigger purpose. But I can't see it. I'm heartbroken to hear about the passing of Diogo and his brother Andre. Diogo was not only a fantastic player, but also a great friend, a loving and caring husband and father. We will miss you so much. The Portuguese FA said in a statement, the Portuguese Football Federation and all of Portuguese football are utterly devastated by the deaths of Diogo Jota and his brother André Silva this morning in Spain. We have lost two champions. The passing of Diogo and André Silva represents irreparable losses for Portuguese football, and we will do everything to honor their legacy daily. A minute's silence was held for Jota ahead of the Women's Euros matches featuring Spain versus Portugal and Belgium versus Italy on Thursday evening. Jota brought incredible joy to Wolves fans. Sky Sports News reporter Johnny Phillips, who spent time with Jota during his Wolves career, said, "He was an incredible presence at Wolves and the club will feel this really deeply. He arrived as a 20-year-old to a mid-table championship team with his great friend Ruben Neves and lifted the place incredibly. During Nuno Espirito Santo's rise at Wolves, we made a couple of documentaries and Diogo was really helpful. He was a young kid trying to make his way in Wolverhampton. English wasn't his native tongue, but he was happy to speak and always did his best. He was incredibly loved at Wolves. He was an incredible character on the pitch and an incredible presence off it. A really lovely lad who brought incredible joy to Wolves fans." Wolves chairman Jeff Shea said, "Diogo was a top player and, for me, one of the top 3 players in the whole 10 years that Fossen and I have been here. But he was also a nice boy who was very warm, very nice and always understanding, but he was also demanding. As a top player, you sometimes have to demand your teammates to do well, and although he was never a player on the pitch to shout, you could always see what he wanted from you. Diogo will be sorely missed by everyone here at Wolves and our thoughts go out to his family and friends. In some ways, being adopted by a club and a city is perhaps the ultimate tribute." The language on some of the notes attached to flowers is telling. Diogo Jota was clearly a Liverpudlian in the hearts of many. People have addressed their hero as if shouting his name from the cop. "Rest in peace Jota lad," reads one note. There's a framed photograph of one man taking a selfie with Jota, while a note on the image explains how much the gentleman's family loved the forward. The colours of Leeds United, Rangers and Everton are strewn within tributes. Jota was seemingly respected and admired by many, while being considered an adopted Scouser by those of a red persuasion. Thousands of tributes flank Anfield. One lady among hundreds silently pondering simply says, "Bless him," to her friend as she fights back some tears. At the Paisley Gates, a homemade banner hangs in the shadows of the cop. And, draped on a concourse adjacent to Anfield's main stand, facing the sea of scarves, shirts, flowers and notes on the grass below, a small placard simply reads, "Diogo lives forever." Liverpool footballer Andy Robertson has paid tribute to his teammate Diogo Jota. He says, "He was such a good guy. The best. So genuine. Just normal and real. I can't believe we're saying goodbye. It's too soon, and it hurts so much. But thank you being in my life, mate, and for making it better," he writes in a post on Instagram. On Juda's recent wedding, which took place last month, Robertson said, "I want to remember the never-ceasing smile from that magical day. How much he was bursting with love for his wife and family." Speaking on the deaths of Jota and his brother André Silva, he adds, "Their loss is too much to bear." A moment of silence has just been held for Diogo Jota and André Silva, ahead of the Portugal v Spain match this evening, as part of the UEFA Women's Euros. Silence descended across the Wankdorf Stadium in Switzerland as the players gathered in the center of the pitch, arm in arm. In the hours since Diogo Jota and his brother André Silva were killed in a car crash, tributes from across the world of football and beyond have poured in. During his career, Jota played for teams in Portugal, as well as Wolverhampton and Liverpool. Tributes throughout the day paint a picture of a man who, as Liverpool manager Arne Slot says, was a friend to everyone. We've also heard from Penafiel FC, the Portuguese club André Silva played for. The loss of 2 such young lives, the club writes, fills us with pain and dismay. They express their condolences to the brothers' family, friends and teammates, and says it will declare official mourning and pay tribute to them at upcoming events. Fans are waiting patiently to approach the front of the tribute area at Anfield. They're standing in solemn silence and looking at the photos, messages, and items left in honor of Diogo Jota, a footballer they adored. The majority of fans visiting tonight are from the Liverpool area, but others have come from further afield. People from the wider Northwest and Midlands regions are here, as are tourists visiting the city who have altered their plans. As well as hundreds of Liverpool scarves, shirts, and Portugal flags, items have been left in the colours of Wolves, Everton, Leeds, Rangers, AC Milan, and more. There is even a Liverpool FC decaled PlayStation controller, a reference to Jota's love of video games. In Switzerland, where Portugal are due to play in the UEFA Women's Euros, fans are paying tribute to brothers Jota and Silva. It's a tragedy for the whole of Portugal and for those outside the country too, Isabel Costa tells Reuters. She says her country's match against Spain tonight will be difficult. Another Portuguese fan, Tatiana, says, "I think we're all a bit shaken up and trying to understand what happened. It's very tragic and difficult news, on a day when Portugal is also playing. It was already going to be a hard game. I think now you know it's going to be even harder," Sarah Abreu adds. She says she hopes, in a way, it will give a bit of strength to the girls to fight even harder, and make Jota proud. "We have lost someone truly irreplaceable," say Liverpool FC directors, published at 18:59 British Summer Time the 3rd of July. 18:59 British Summer Time the 3rd of July. In another statement released by Liverpool FC this evening, Chief Executive of Football Michael Edwards and Sporting Director Richard Hughes say, "There is nothing that we can say in this moment to ease the pain of such a devastating tragedy." They add that, "It is our responsibility to acknowledge the collective grief we are experiencing, to pay tribute to our Diogo. His family are the absolute priority," the statement says, "as they are facing an unimaginable loss. We must respect the family's privacy and give them the space to grieve in whichever way they need." The statement concludes, "In the coming days, we as a club will look to honor our beloved number 20 with the respect and affection he so richly deserves. We will strive to make these tributes meaningful and inclusive of our supporters, to whom Diogo meant so much. For now, we express a love that is filled with deep sorrow and pain. We have lost someone truly irreplaceable." A large queue is forming outside the Anfield Road stand as fans patiently wait their turn to sign a book of condolences for Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva. Supporters broke out into a spontaneous chorus of the Jota song, which fans so often boomed around this historic stadium. That was followed by a somber rendition of "You'll Never Walk Alone." Most here have stunned expressions on their faces. Earlier we heard from former Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, and now current manager Arne Slot has released a statement saying Jota was the essence of what a Liverpool player should be. Slot adds that there was a side of Jota that people didn't get to see, the person who never sought popularity but found it anyway. Not a friend to two people, a friend to everyone. Someone who made others feel good about themselves just by being with them. A person who cared deeply for his family. He adds that for all those in the club, the sense of shock is absolute, describing Jota as a unique human being. Slot mentions Jota's recent wedding, saying, "In many ways, it was a dream summer for Diogo and his family, which makes it all the more heartbreaking that it should end like this." He shares his condolences with Diogo's wife, Ruth, their 3 children and the parents of Jota and his brother Andre Silva. "My message to them is very clear, you will never walk alone," he says, referencing the song so closely associated with the club. Diogo Jota wore the number 20 during his time at Liverpool. Since the news of his death, a section of the club's fans have been calling for the number to be retired. One fan writes on X, "Wearing number 20 while winning number 20. Retire the number, it's the most fitting time." Another says, "Retire his number. Sing his song at every game. Forever our number 20. If Liverpool were to do so, it would be the first time the club have ever retired a shirt number. It's not a hugely common practice." One of the most famous posthumous number retirements comes from West Ham, honoring former captain Bobby Moore. Moore wore number 6 for the Hammers, and famously captained England to their only World Cup win in 1966. His number was retired in 2008, 15 years after his death. Another instance comes from Manchester City, who retired the number 23 in honor of Marc-Vivien Foe. Foe collapsed on the pitch in 2003 during the Confederations Cup semi-final and was stretchered off, however, he died shortly after. Liverpool have not commented on the possibility of retiring Diogo Jota's number. As tributes to Jota continue to pour in, let's take a look back at some of his best goals in the Premier League. Throughout the day we've been hearing from footballers who played alongside Diogo Jota, including those from the team he's been part of since 2020. Hungarian midfielder Dominik Szoboszlai, who won the Premier League title with Jota this season at Liverpool, posted a tribute on Instagram. "Words cannot describe how heartbroken and devastated we are. Your smile, your love for the game will never be forgotten," he writes. "We will miss you so much, but you will stay with us forever, on and off the pitch." Ex-Liverpool teammate Roberto Firmino also expressed his sadness at hearing the news. "It was a privilege and an honor to have known and lived such special moments alongside you. When words fail, there are only inexpressible groans," he adds, and says he is praying for Jota's family and friends. Sadio Mane, who also played with Jota for a short spell at Anfield, posted a picture of the pair together on Instagram, accompanied by a broken heart symbol. Chelsea, PSG, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich hold silent tribute for Jota, published at 17:03 British Summer Time, the 3rd of July. 17:03 British Summer Time, the 3rd of July. Players from Chelsea, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain have held moments of silence in memory of Diogo Jota. The clubs are in the USA competing at the Club World Cup. Players pictured include several who have been club and international team mates of Jota. PSG's tribute was particularly moving, given the presence of 4 Portuguese players in their squad. This incident took place late last night, but as the day's gone on, we've seen images of what's thought to be the crash site. It sits in the middle of a busy dual carriageway on a section of grass dividing traffic coming from each way. The earth is scorched and piles of debris lie around. As Cristina Garcia Casado reported earlier from Zamora province, the brothers' bodies have already been moved and their families are due to formally identify them. As Liverpool fans continue to gather outside Anfield to pay their respects, I've been speaking to one of them. Courtney Neary, 26, says, "He embodied what the club was. He always tried his hardest and had a laugh whilst doing it with his cheeky little celebrations. He was part of the reason why we won the league and I hope we can win it next season for him." Chloe tells me Jota was a fan-favorite player, and a popular chant referencing his shirt number is one of the best songs the cop has ever sung. A video message recorded by Jota, in which he cheekily agreed with a vote crowning it Liverpool's best, was widely shared in May. "It was a song of joy and triumph," she recalls. "It will ring around Anfield next season." Liverpool midfielder Harvey Elliott has paid tribute to Jota on his Instagram page. "Diogo, I can't believe you're gone. It's hard to put into words how much this hurts us. You were an incredible footballer, the kind that made a difference every single time you stepped on the field. You were humble, hardworking, kind, and always there for anyone that needed anything. I feel so lucky to have shared the pitch with you, shared memories and moments I'll carry with me forever. You'll always be part of this team, part of the Liverpool family. We will never, ever forget you. My heart goes out to your whole family. Love you, brother. Rest easy, Diogo and Andre. You'll never walk alone." Jota's first and last goals under Liverpool manager Arne Slot, published at 16:17 British Summer Time, the 3rd of July. Diogo Jota's first and last goals under Arne Slot proved to have extra significance in Liverpool's Premier League title charge. He kicked off the Dutchman's reign with the Reds' first league goal of last season, putting them on their way to an opening day 2-0 win at Ipswich. Latching onto a pass from Mohamed Salah, Jota finished calmly beyond goalkeeper Christian Walton before running off to celebrate with what became a trademark chomping action with his arms. From August to April, Jota's 65th and final goal for the club proved to be a vital winner, at home to none other than Merseyside rivals Everton on the 2nd of April. And what a goal it was. He collected a backheel from Luis Diaz before jinking past 3 Everton defenders and firing brilliant past Jordan Pickford in front of the Kop. The chant, "Oh he wears the number 20," echoed around Anfield.